I am Joe Saborin, musician for the Widdershins podcast, and also a solo guitar Americana musician who also does American primitive guitar, all sorts of things like that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the two very, very old acoustic guitars that I've sort of fallen in love with over the past few months. The newer of the two, is this guitar from the 1940s. It was made by a company called True Tone. I have no idea what it's made out of, if we're all being honest. Couldn't tell you. This wood has definitely been stained. It's probably, birch or something. If you know anything about True Tone guitars and want to tell me what they made them out of, that'd be fantastic. At some point, a previous owner, I don't know which one, stripped all of the finish off of the top. So it was either black at one point, or it was stained to match the back and sides. This guitar has a giant V-neck, which normally I wouldn't go for. I actually did some real damage to my fretting hand with a fairly deep V on a Telecaster a few years ago, and that kind of turned me off of them. However, this guitar is and the other guitar I'm going to show you are both 3/4 sized, so the ergonomics are a lot better. I'm never out here with the V. My hands never way out. It's always kind of tucked in, so it's pretty comfortable to play. This guitar and the Marcia I'm about to show you hold their notes like a D28. They're just a little bit tighter, a little bit more, a little bit different of a resonance. They're fantastic for like solo guitar stuff because they really respond well to what you play. They're really kind of open in sound. This one I tend to think is a little bit drier than the other one I'm going to show you, but they're really, really good guitars, and you can get them really, really cheap. I traded for both of mine, but the going rate for them is like, I think they were both like $100, on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or whatever. They do need a little bit of work when you first get them. So this guitar I actually just got back today from the shop. The bridge got lowered down a little bit. My tech puts these small bolts that hold down the tailpiece to give you better break angle, which I think makes them a little bit louder, but it also means they don't like sitar, they don't resonate sympathetically. And then bone nuts get put on them because I think they add a little bit more clarity to the sound of guitar. And they get the frets knocked down. They're brass frets. So these top ones from the 12th fret down got way taken down so that I can actually play the guitar above the 12th fret. Not that I really need to. It's kind of hard to reach on a normal basis, but if I needed those notes, I can play them now. These guitars don't have truss rods, which is why the necks are so giant. So there's really not much adjustment there, and thankfully I haven't had one that needs a neck reset yet. So these are kind of my new thing that I've hit on, is these small 3/4 sized guitars from way back in the day. These have been really piquing my interest for some of the stuff that I've been playing. So that's the what is it? Vibratone. I think I called it a true tone. That's the Vibratone, which is fairly new to my collection. And then the other 3/4 size guitar, come here. This is from the late 20s-ish, by a company called Marcia. Someone added the pickguard. I don't think that's original, but it's not like a new pickguard. Again, bone nut added to this, and bridge got shaved just a smidge to bring the action down. The frets got filed down up top so that I can play past the 12th fret. And on this one, my Guitartec, so it's a different style of bridge slightly. It's still a trapeze with a floating saddle and bridge setup, trapeze tailpiece. This one, it's strung through the back, whereas the Vibratone, the strings, I don't know if you can see that, they slot in at the top. So with this one, we and I was there for this guitar. My tech actually had to put screw holes through the tailpiece, and drill through and then push the screws in, and then put a washer on the back to hold that down to get the break angle and to get intonation right. We're very close to the tailpiece. So this is the (1920s, 1930s-ish) Marcia. So these are my two little 3/4 sized guitars. They're very different. They hold their notes very differently. This guitar is a little bit more like low-endy resonant, whereas this one has a lot of almost banjo-like qualities to it. So those are my weird 30s guitars and 40s guitars.